It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Memphis Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. Well, for the Grizzlies, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And tonight will feature a high-level front-court matchup. Tough, physical play. Shaq, how did you go about establishing dominance against the best of your peers?
Well, you got to realize that nothing's going to be given to you. You got to earn it. I used to be really dirty, Ernie. Talk about their mama, talk about their sister, talk about their coaches.
What if they didn't have a sister?
No, you did not.
Yeah,
what if they didn't have a sister?
Come on.
Listen, I did research.
Okay.
And I mastered the research.
That's
and
called Shaq search?
Yep.
Okay.
Got in their head, Ernie. It's called Shaqacism.
Wow. Shaqacism. Well, anyone can bring the A game for, a stretch. But the truly great players, Ernie, they bring it for the duration of the game and duration of a season. So, physical play is good, but mental toughness is better.
Did you like physical opponents, physical matchups, Shaq?
I sure did. EBS, Ernie.
EBS. Oh,
Elbow
EBS?
Sandwiches.
Oh, my God.
You had to eat them.
Eat up.
You had to eat them, meet them, and possibly beat them.
Oh, my gosh. If you're rhyming, you're on time.
You are absolutely on fire today. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We've got rabid Memphis fans packed into the FedEx Forum. We'll see Los Angeles facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Welcome to the NBA for this Friday afternoon broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
So the Clippers win the tip. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the small forward spot. Now, here's Redick. Back to Griffin. Over to the left wing. Clock at 4. Here's Paul. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Paul's got the first points on the scoreboard for Los Angeles.
And really, the Grizzlies might have dropped to 5th in the West in the final week, but they were near the top for most of last season. Often could be found in that 2 spot.
That's the Grizzlies' first basket of the game.
He kicks to Redick. Picked by Griffin. Jordan dishes to Paul. Here's Redick. Jordan the screen. Redick with the bucket. Redick's got his first basket of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Randolph, and he makes the 8-footer. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to speak with head coach Doc Rivers. On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block and the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. Can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Lee kicks to Conley. He dishes it to Randolph. And Griffin sends it back. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the wide open shot from Redick. Nailed from three-point land.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Chris Paul, guys, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition for that distinction, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
Here is Paul, following the basket by Marc Gasol. Picked by Griffin. Paul passes to Griffin. Back to Paul. Clippers moving the ball around. The shot by Pierce will not go. How would you compare Chris Paul and Steph Curry?
Well, Steph Curry is just an off-the-chart shooter. I think the best in the history of the game in overall shot making and creativity as far as shooting goes. Paul is more of an orchestrator, a maestro supreme.
Just 5 on the clock. Gasol no good. Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Conley against Paul. Up top, Griffin shoots from the high post, and he hits the jumper for 2.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Now here's Conley. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 13 feet away. No good off the front iron. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here's Pierce. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Green. Outside Conley. Randolph a screen. Conley dishes to Lee. Gasol against Jordan. The 11-footer. Gasol with another miss.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
That's good. 1:10 left in the first quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Randolph. Barnes comes in for Green. Tony Allen's checked in for Courtney Lee. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Now here's Gasol off on the layup.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen 0 drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness. But no question, he's improved his skills and IQ.
Crawford, no luck. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Allen outside. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Clippers leading by 5. Crawford with the ball. Feeds it to Paul from the arc. No luck. And that does it for the first quarter. The Clippers on top. They lead by 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough playoff losses. But, you know, you talked to point guard Mike Conley, and as he told us before the game, he still feels a championship is within reach.
We feel like we're a team that's had to go through a lot of adversity. We've been through a lot of things that's set us back. You know, we feel like we can be just as good as anybody else, and why not us?
One big reason why not them is what happened to Conley. Greg losing him in the playoffs last year was the biggest adversity they went through. Can you make a case that it just made them tougher, or did it really take something out of them?
You know, Kevin, it's really hard to say. A tough break, obviously, losing Mike, and I mean that literally as well. But their problems did set them back, and maybe they can be just as good as anybody else, but until they are, they're going to have some issues.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Memphis. Matt Barnes is out there with Brandon Wright. That's Tony Allen, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Udrih in at the 1, and it's Carter missing.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Now Udrih following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Picked by Randolph. Outside Carter, and he gets it to go. Carter's got his first 3 points of the game.
Right there, Randolph doing a good job opening up space for the shooter with the solid screen.
All right, fans, let's get up, let's get wild for your Grizz girls.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, Doc Rivers was just addressing the plan with his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Coach reminded his guys that he is the centerpiece of their offense, and he's the one they want with the most freedom to operate. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Now here's Paul. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got 6 points.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Randolph can't hit.
You know, one of the things I think we forget about with Chris Paul is just how clutch he is as a player. I mean, hitting the go-ahead shot in Game 7 against the Spurs last postseason was a big reminder to everyone that this guy is clutch. You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
Fades back. And it's off the back rim. No good. Clippers leading by 9. And talking about Paul and his ability to come up in the clutch, that Game 7 shot when he was playing injured against San Antonio, the defending champions, turned out to be the game-winning points. Remarkable play. Remarkable series for him.
It was. You know, you could see him hobbling around out there and would have to miss games in that Rockets series, the first 2, if I recall. But that series is what Paul is really all about, Kevin. He is a competitor, first and foremost.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Paul. You throw good, Paul Pierce.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Griffin. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
Now Crawford. Carter's missing on the 3. Here's Jordan, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Stolen by Michael Conley. Courtney Lee is on the wing, covered by Redick. Takes a 3. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Mike Conley. And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain feel, Clark, for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
Here's Conley, and it's Memphis with another.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
Now here's Griffin. He's got 7. Excellent use of the screen that time. Redick's got 8 points.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Clippers were so strong on the road last season. They led the league, Clark, in field goal percentage while on the road. And actually they scored more points away from Staples than in it.
Especially down the stretch, Kevin. I mean, they finished the regular season with 8 straight road wins to get home court advantage in the first round. Superb.
Some changes for Memphis. Marcus All checked in for Randolph. And it's Barnes in for Vince Carter. The Grizzlies trail by 9.
And the Clippers, with those 8 road wins, at the end, you mentioned, that pushed their road record to 26-15. That was second best in the league. Also set a franchise high for road wins.
Now here's Conley. 5 points in the game. 3 on the clock. Plenty of space. The Clippers grab the miss. Griffin's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Johnson. No luck, and it's Memphis the other way.
You know, what's amazing about the Clippers on the road last year, guys, was the context. I mean, they had a bunch of back-to-back games and went 16-4 on the back end of back-to-backs. 11 of those came on the road.
Crawford against Conley. Outside Griffin. There's the dish to Johnson. Picked by Griffin. Here's the 3. Green with the rebound.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. So Green will go to the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. Tony Allen's checked in for Memphis. Udrich comes in for Michael Conley. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin. Lance Stevenson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Paul subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Paul against Allen. 41 seconds left in the first half of the game. Off the screen. Udrich can't hit.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Allen against Paul. Knocked away.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
And I'm guessing that's exactly what they're probably going to do here.
Now Udrich. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The Grizzlies shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Marcus Hall. And so Marcus Hall nails both of them. And here is Paul. From deep three-point range. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we've reached halftime in this one. Clippers lead by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Doc, as we get into the second half, what do you expect to see from this offense you're facing tonight?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Coach, thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, the shots were dropping for him. I mean, they was just dropping out of everywhere, dropping out the ceiling, dropping out the popcorn guy's man's hand, whatever. It didn't matter what the defense was. They found a way to get a good look almost every time. They just got to be patient, take as long as they need to keep finding those high percentage shots.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Memphis.
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
The second half just about to get going here.
Blake Griffin doing all sorts of things. 9 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
And so it's Memphis with it. 7-point differential.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Pierce in at the small forward. And here is Paul, following Jeff Green's 3. Here's Redick. Back to Paul. Shot from 16. Griffin can't get it to go in. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the second most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
Now here's Paul, following the miss by Zach Randolph. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Now here's Gasol. He's got 6. Ball's knocked loose, but he recovers it. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Blake Griffin. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy, with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Now here's Griffin. 9 points in the game so far. Tries again, and Jordan with the layup. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Now here's Paul. Passes it to Griffin. Let's go. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And now a 6-point Clipper lead.
And one thing that's made such a difference to Blake Griffin's game, the improved free throw shooting. He shot a career-high 73% from the charity stripe last year, the 4th season in a row that he's bettered himself in that category.
Here's Paul. Following the basket by Marc Gasol. Jordan the screen. Fade away. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Conley kicks to Lee. He feeds it to Green. Picked by Randolph. Here's Conley. That's good. Conley's got 7 points in the game.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shots.
Now here's Paul, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Clippers have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good.
And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Carter comes in for Jeff Green. And Allen subbed in for Courtney Lee. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for the Clippers. Crawford comes in for Paul Pierce. Stolen by Michael Conley. And here we go, the Grizzlies on a fast break. The Grizzlies shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. The Grizzlies making a switch here. White's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Lance Stevenson's checked in for J.J. Redick. Carter hits them both. Los Angeles leading by 3. Crawford passes to Griffin. It's tipped. Stolen by Conley. Gasol is screen on Crawford. Conley dishes to Gasol. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 4 assists in the game.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Now here's Paul. Griffin kicks to Stevenson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense.
Right,
I mean,
now,
leaving them no room to get off any shot.
Loose shot.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections.
First one falls for him.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year, but after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
Smith checked in for Blake Griffin. No good on the second free throw. And Memphis would end up going 16-13 over the back half of last season. Down the stretch, they would only go 5 up and 5 down in the final 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, all those games so important as they jockeyed for position in the West. It was so fluid and volatile down the stretch. They could have been anywhere from a second seed to a sixth on any given day, and they just happened to slump at the wrong time.
Here's Stevenson following the score by Vince Carter. Here's Crawford, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Crawford's got his first points in this one.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Now here's Allen, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Just 5 to shoot. Poked away. It's tipped. They retain possession. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Some changes for Memphis. Barnes comes in for Vince Carter. And Udrich in for Mike Conley. The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Gasol a screen. Allen against Stevenson. Pass to right. Now the feed to Barnes. Good looking screen by Gasol. Udrich can't hit.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now here is Smith. Crawford outside. And Wright pulls it down. Allen passes to Udrich. He gets it up. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers ahead. They're up by 2. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Clippers in the lead. They've got Matt Barnes. Zach Randolph is out there with Green. Then it's Lee. And it's Udrich in at the point guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Green, the screen. Udrich dishes to Green. From down in the low post, it goes. Green's got the game tied up here for Memphis.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
I did not think they had enough clock to get all the way back, but here they are. And now they've got to feel like they're in control of this thing.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career. Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey. But you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career, and also for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game, if you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Conley now comes in for Beno Udrih. Pierce hits 2.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Now here's Lee. Conley kicks to Randolph. It's rebounded by Paul.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
But you know what? You know, they've come this far. They're not going away now.
Paul with the ball, defended by Carter. Griffin attacking Jordan. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth.
Fans, let's get up, let's get loud for your Grizzlies!
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. With the game still up for grabs, he simply told his guys, we're right there. Stay focused, execute, and get it done. Kevin, let's see how it plays out.
And Memphis making a change here. Gasol's checked in. Paul against Conley. Paul kicks to Griffin. Shoots from 12. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And it's Conley penetrating. Griffin with the steal. Paul with the ball. Kicks to Pierce. From outside the arc. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And now a 7-point Clipper lead.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Randolph kicks to Gasol. Now we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark all along most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
Marc Gasol. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol.
And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
Gasol hits them both.
You know Gasol is playing well. He has 14 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Picked by Griffin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Paul goes in, and there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Conley. third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Zach Randolph. And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you
what we
know all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here.
Woo.
Info and entertainment.
Oh. Deflects the pass. Gasol with the steal. Green left side. From the wing, and another basket for Memphis.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Conley against Paul. Jordan the screen. Down low, off the screen. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound, a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength, just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Checked in for Lee. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Crawford's checked in. .156 left in the fourth quarter. Conley into the lane. That's tipped. Now Paul. To the inside. Here's Griffin. And Gasol sends it back. They recover it. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Conley with it. He's picked up by Paul. Conley gets to Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
At the line for your Grizzlies, Marc Gasol. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Paul passes to Griffin. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get loud. For your Griz girls. Let's make some noise for the boys.
.116 left in the fourth quarter. Over in the corner, Gasol. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got assist number 7 for him tonight. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. Paul kicks to Griffin. The tray. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
It's Gasol missing. LA's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. 11 feet away. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Crawford. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
Conley dishes to Gasol. Looks for Randolph, gets it to him. Lets it go from 14. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one. Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
And an intentional foul right there. Here's Paul, and he commits the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, Chris Paul, 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get loud for your Breeze Girls.
.27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here is Conley. And the wide open shot from Green. It's good! And now they trail by just 4. Here's Crawford. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game. Here's Conley. And stolen by Jordan. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Memphis, DeAndre Jordan. At the line for 2.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up missing both free throws. Conley, the pass to Green. It's Allen on the wing. Fires from deep, and that one drops.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
Is there anyone in the NBA who's more straight up scary than Blake Griffin? I don't think so. Big, strong, powerful, with the skills to match that athleticism. If you're a defender in the post and you see Blake Griffin coming down the lane, the only thing you think is, uh-oh, the man is just a beast.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.